Where the fuck you been? And shit. Well, if you listen to my podcast, then you know I haven't put out a video in a while. And there's, in the video that I'm supposed to put out is supposed to be the second part of my St. Lucia trip. That video's coming, by the way. I'm working on it. But I wanted to get this video out because it's going to be a lot quicker for me to get this video done than that video. If you'll notice, there's an image quality upgrade to this video because I am studying cinematography and I'm learning to up my game with video. And that is a very time-intensive process. But there's two factors that led to the clickbaity-ass fucking title that I just posted. The first clickbaity aspect is my YouTube career is pretty much over. Honestly, is from an income perspective. My income is, my 28-day projected YouTube income from ad revenue it's not even worth one video. Not even worth one shitty video, given the amount of time and effort that gets put into a video. Now, to that all being said, I like making videos, and I'll keep making videos, and you'll keep seeing videos on this channel. But when I say my YouTube career is over, and there's been a lot. Here's the other thing. A lot of people have supported the channel over the time frame, and that's what's kept me going with all the videos. That support has also been waning a bit as people move on. I mean, I've been saying the same shit for 3 years, and I'm getting tired of saying it as much as I feel, because I still get messages from people that do like the channel, do regularly check in, but it's becoming like, oh, I haven't watched your shit in a while, it's been a while, blah, 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 here's what's going on with me. And I understand that. I know that you're not going to be able to watch my shit all the time. It's just not feasible. So, and I've been like killing myself on the channel trying to grow it. Pumping out all kinds of videos, even when the monetarily speaking, I wasn't being compensated for that work, but the hope was eventually I would be. And recently, and I'm not the only YouTuber that's noticed this, my growth has taken a dump. Like, I'm projected at what, 20-something subscriber growth in the next 28 days. At that rate, I won't hit 10,000 subscribers till middle of next year unless some viral video shit happens, which I'm not ruling out. But as it stands right now, I put all that work in to watch the growth go from what I was happy with for a while to just completely, it was like it hit a wall. It was like, fuck your shit. What are you doing this shit for, dickhead? We don't want to watch you. That's the message. Now I know that's not the case. I know that this is an algorithm issue, based on what I've seen happen with other YouTubers who are struggling to keep up with this fucking with the algorithm that YouTube continues to do, behind the scenes. And I know YouTube's trying to make money and they're trying to do so in their way. And but at the same time, so am I. And, and many people like me are trying to make content for YouTube. And YouTube is kind of taking the ball and running with it and pushing the ads on certain videos while taking them away from smaller channels in particular, not really giving us an easy avenue to grow. And it's going to get harder to grow. It might even go, now this is speculation, this is my opinion. It might even go the way of Facebook, where if you want exposure, you got to buy it. On Facebook, you have to pay for people to see your feed, your shit in their feed. And the YouTube feed, while isn't there yet, I do think is catering more to advertisers than to viewers and creators. Because I say that as both a creator and a viewer. A lot of the content I watch on a daily basis is on YouTube. And I struggle sometimes to find good videos. And by now, after several years of watching videos on YouTube, the algorithm should have a pretty good fucking idea of what to throw into my watch feed. And it does keep up with the subject matter to a degree. But every once in a while, when I go looking on my own, separate from that, when I actually physically search, I can't tell you how many times I'm, instead of going in the, recommended video side of the pane or just, going with what's in my feed, that I individually search for shit. And I also look at the web too. It turns out the web is a little easier to find certain videos. And then jumping back into YouTube's search algorithm. And I know Google owns the whole fucking thing, so it's it's hard to imagine a world where that's different. But it's becoming apparent to me, and it's very I spent a lot of time thinking about this and really considering my options, because I'm at a crossroads right now for my personal career and development, to where I'm being pulled into a more cinematic work for clients direction. And that work for clients pays 50 times better than YouTube. Now, my video skills aren't quite there yet to where I feel comfortable charging a client full price, the going rate. Plus, my equipment needs a few tweaks, and I'm working towards that. However, to work towards that, I need to make more money. And in order to make more money, I have to do more things that are not YouTube. And quite frankly, YouTube has put a lot of burden on viewers to support creators, instead of the advertisers providing the revenue. Like, if you want to be a successful YouTuber, you have to diversify, you have to run a website, you have to have a social media person constantly marketing you on multiple platforms, you have to sell merchandise, you have to pimp out fucking shit for sponsors. Squarespace it's gonna own your ass, apparently, because I can't tell you how many fucking people I watch that are sponsored by Squarespace. And I love Squarespace. I use Squarespace. So, it's not like they're going to reach out to me till I got the viewership. But when I say my career is over, it doesn't mean the channel's over. The channel will continue. I will continue to make videos. But I can only give it my free time. And my free time currently is a little rough. Because I'm trying to educate myself. Self-taught. I was a self-taught photographer. I'm successful in that. People will pay me to take pictures. I have all the gear and skills necessary to photograph, edit, retouch, all of these things. But I also want to expand my skill set to be videographer, cinematographer, which are two different jobs, but I want to be able to do both of them. And there's a lot of learning and workshops and studying and practice that I will have to do. Practice being a key point for the channel that I'm coming back to. I want to work on being more cinematic. In doing that, in order to do that, I'm going to have to practice. So when I'm not busy working with other people's projects, which I'm currently slated to work another project starting this month and then working my way forward, where we're renting some cinema cameras and I'm going to be the DP and the editor for that project, which is two very big time-intensive jobs, by the way. And while editing isn't my favorite thing in the world to do, I can do it. And if you're going to go into business as a videographer, you obviously got to know how to edit and shoot good, high-quality, stable video. Now, you can go back through my vloggy videos over the years and see my camera work has been fairly shitty. Not a lot of effort put into stabilization. A lot of times, I'm just holding the fucking camera and pointing it at my face. This is not an acceptable level of production by any fucking stretch of the imagination. You know, I mean, it gets the job done for YouTube, especially for talking head stuff like this. But in terms of telling a story and making a video that you want to watch instead of listen to, it falls short. So I want to up my game, and I need to practice that, and I'm going to share the fruits of that practice with you and maybe my journey in the process, and I'm still going to talk about everything that I talk about in my previous videos. But it's just not going to be on a schedule. It's not going to be often. So yeah, it's not going to be as often. I'm going to, you know, do it when I can. And it has to be for something that's pertinent, that I'm passionate about, that I want to talk about with you guys, and so on and so forth. Now, this is separate from my website and podcast, which is going strong. It is entirely independent of YouTube at this point. It is funded by people through Patreon who subscribe over $15 a month, and also through people who purchase the individual podcasts. And those aren't going anywhere, for at least until that does the same thing that YouTube does. Like, if you guys decide that you don't want that anymore and you don't listen to it and you don't support it on Patreon, you know, then so be it. Currently, if you're more than $15 a month on Patreon, you get access to all my podcasts, which is very generous in terms of the amount of content you're getting for your money. And if you buy them individually, they're $5 a pop on ScottTheTruckDriver.com. And currently, there's enough people doing that make it worth my time on Fridays to sit down and record the podcast. And you're watching this video likely on the Friday, and that's not going to be any different today. I'm working on the podcast probably while you're watching this, because this is recorded on Thursday. So I'm doing the best I can. I have 2 videos in the queue that I'm working on. The second half of the St. Lucia trip will be a video I put out. I had to finish my photography client's work first, plus to use some of the images I shot on that trip for the video. So there's that. And that's kind of where I'm at with the channel. And I know this may upset some people. Some people might be like, you know, we want more videos and shit. But you gotta understand, I need to spend my time focused on progressing myself, to continue this lifestyle that I've been, you know, sharing with you guys for a long time. Now, I have multiple income streams. I never left trucking just to be a YouTuber. I left trucking to be my own boss. And that involves making business decisions, and cutting things that aren't working out financially, that could make me more efficient and time efficient. And I was putting in 60 to 70 hours a week producing content for this channel and making less than minimum wage in the process, all with the hopes of growing it. Now that I've seen that the fruits of that labor go the other direction, as in I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on what YouTube did to fuck this up, but now my subscriber count is down. My views, while they haven't tanked completely, are 50% of what they were a year ago. And this is, I'm talking about on videos that are already there. I can understand some people like, oh, you do that adventure video shit. Nobody wants to watch that shit, dickhead. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about on videos that regularly get views. That drops off. So apparently the algorithm, if you're not busting your ass 70 hours a week, and I know a lot of YouTubers who are burning themselves out, and I achieved burnout level. To where not only did I not want to make videos, I just couldn't bring myself to do the effort necessary to produce a good video. All I would end up producing is shit videos. And I see a lot of channels doing that. They're giving you the same fucking shit over and over again and putting different clickbait titles on it. And it's not literally the same, but they're basically telling you the same things over and over and over again. And that, to me, that's taking away from work I've already done, because a lot of the videos I end up regurgitating in a different form, I've already fucking made. I made them fucking already. They're there. Just look through my playlist. All of my videos I've done over this time. Most of them are still relevant. Some of my really early stuff when I was struggling isn't. But if you were to go through that library, you'd get everything you need to know to fast. You'd get everything you need to know to go keto. You'd get everything you know about the fight for being keto, about our pharmaceutical industry, about all of that. You would start to get everything you know about minimalism. Of course, I'm not 100% there yet on the minimalism and lifestyle side. I'm still working that. I'm still working the mental health thing. And I went through, that's the other issue, the reason I haven't put out a video lately. In addition to all this work and not seeing the sun much at all, because I've been in here editing and getting client work done, and then working at night with Uber, Lyft, and the bar to finance myself. I went through a significant depression when I got back from St. Lucia, and part of that was my diet I broke, and the fallout from breaking my diet on a mental health scale, it is noticeable. And I'm trying to recover without doing a carnivore reset, but I think ultimately I'm going to have to do another carnivore reset. And I'll still document these things when I do them, when I approach them. But I need to spend a lot of free time learning my craft, practicing my craft, which will involve producing videos for this channel. But no longer am I going to hold myself to that, I got to put in so many hours a week for the channel. I have to put out a video every fucking day or every week, or, I'm going to put out videos when I have time, when it makes sense to. I'm no longer pushing myself or feeling driven to put out a video very often. And I know that means, it could mean the death of the channel. But to be quite honest, I'm not getting paid for my time anyway, so if the channel died, I would be able to spend my time doing other things to generate income that are way more efficient as far as time goes. Now, you know me, I'm big on time management and enjoying your life and being able to not bust your ass working, unless it's something you're passionate about. And I lost some of my passion when I saw the effort I was putting in was resulting in negative outcomes in terms of growth. Not necessarily finances. I was able to keep the boat afloat financially by cranking and cranking and cranking, and pumping out videos and content and research and spending every waking, breathing moment for YouTube with the interludes of client work and sprinkling in some rideshare to fill in gaps. Now I'm kind of reversing that paradigm because I do have some equipment upgrades, so I need to earn more money. And in order to earn more money, I got to work more rideshare. I got to put in more time at the bar. I got to accept more clients, which I have. I've got 2 really big clients in December. And those are going to take up a lot of my time. And it wouldn't be doing you justice. I could still crank out shitty one-off talking head videos, but they wouldn't be well researched. I wouldn't be providing you with anything more than a regurgitation of my opinions I've already given you and things I've already discussed. There's not a whole lot of new things going on in the nutrition world at the moment. It's, keto's become more popular. Carnivore is growing in popularity as well. Veganism has been taking a few hits I've seen out there as far as people ripping on it. And, it's overall either the diet and lifestyle changes are helping you or you've moved on and, there's 2 camps. And I know some people were relying on my videos as like a coaching mechanism to keep them on track. Those videos are still there. You can still play them back if you want that kind of coaching rather than have me make a new video saying the same thing in kind of a different way. I have things I want to express in terms of minimalism, nutrition, lifestyle that will continue to drive me to produce content for this channel. But it's going to be the content that I want to produce. It's going to be more time consuming to produce that. For example, just this little higher quality talking head video required extra setup, separate audio syncing for my current equipment setup, and I'm using my Nikon D850, which is my photography camera, to film it, which does not have autofocus. So I have to manually, you see me look over there. It's because I'm looking to make sure I'm within this little, back here blurry, sharp, 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 blurry, blurry, blurry. So I got to keep my face in this non-blurry part. The camera isn't going to adjust if I go like this, and I could talk, and if I wasn't paying attention, I could be like talking like this, and you'd be like, "You're out of focus, dickhead, what am I watching this bullshit for?" And if I'm too far back, same thing. So I have to kind of glance every now and then, make sure I haven't moved from my spot, which is a pain in the ass, but that's part of upping your quality gain is not taking shortcuts with shitty small 1-inch sensor cameras with image stabilization and a very small sensor. It's a definite different aesthetic to video, and I like this aesthetic better than my run and gun stuff. Not to say that I won't do run and gun when the situation calls for it. If it's a quick video that's more documentary or more event based or run and gun, then I'm still going to shoot it with the same camera I always shoot. My adventures especially are going to probably rely heavily on that and the GoPro. And there'll still be adventure videos because I like doing those. I love doing those. If I never made a fucking dime doing an adventure video, I'd be okay because I like making them. I like going back and seeing my adventures from before as well. And there's some people who enjoy those, and those people I appreciate that watch the adventure stuff. A lot of work goes into the adventure videos. And I know when I'm doing that. I know when I'm shooting it. I know when I'm posting it. I know when I'm sitting there for hours and hours and sometimes days editing those videos, that they're not going to make a fucking dime. Hardly any ad revenue, hardly any, nobody's going to fucking contribute to the channel based on an adventure video, in my opinion, as far as I can tell. And that's fine, but that's not going to make me stop doing it because I enjoy doing those videos. And I'm not doing as many videos that I feel obligated to do like I used to. I'm going to do the videos I enjoy doing. I'm going to share the parts of my life that I still want to share. And I'm going to do so in a more high-quality cinematic way whenever possible. And most of the time coming up because I do need to practice filming this way. So I'm going to try and up my game to be more documentary style in my videos. I do enjoy the YouTubers that I watch that are documentary style, even and some of whom I've never seen their fucking face. There's motherfuckers I don't know what the hell they look like. but I love their channel. I'm probably not going to get to that point, but I do want to get to a point where, you know, I'm I'm like the Making a Murderer style of documentary, how that was shot and filmed and all of that. I want to get to that. Ultimately, if I produce videos, which I know takes more than one person to pull that off, that's where I want to head. And I want to get as close to that as I can when I'm on my own. But eventually, I want to bring people aboard and make real documentaries or real films that people will pay to see, obviously. And also make myself marketable to clients and commercial customers and people who want me to do this for them. And I've already got people that want me to film things for them. And I want to make sure I can do a good job and earn that fucking paycheck doing something I am passionate about. And I do like being a filmmaker. I like being a photographer too, and I've still got my passion renewed for that. And that's also a very time intense activity. So the bottom line is videos are going to be more sporadic and random on this channel. I'm no longer going to be busting my ass to post to every social media platform other than when I post a video. I will probably get the Instagram itch every now and then to post. But right now it's sporadic. Like I haven't posted anything to social media in a while. And not to say that I won't. There'll be times when I want to share what's going on, and I will do that. Now's not one of those times. So there hasn't been much on social media from me. I hate that it's come to this. I did want this to be the full-time thing I do, was YouTube. It would be nice if that's all I had to do. But I'm a realistic motherfucker. I'm not going to continue to pursue something while I watch it go down in flames, because that's not good for me on an emotional level or any other level for that matter. So I'm gonna go back to the way I was, where I did videos when I could. Like when I was on the truck, I did videos when I could, and sometimes I did them, every week. Sometimes there would be a few weeks in between, and that's pretty much what we're headed back to. As for the podcast that is currently supported, I feel that is worth my time and energy. And if you like my talking head videos, and you like the topics I discuss, because that's pretty much the things I try and focus on. Either minimalism I talk about, or I talk about lifestyle a bit, or I talk about the nutrition world and my problems. And the same thing that I've always done, I still do on that podcast, because those I can literally produce in one day. I sit down, I pull up my research that I've done, and I talk about the topics that are pertinent, that are news, in terms of diet. I spend a few hours in the morning just going through, setting up the things I'm going to talk about, and then I just turn on the recorder. I've already got the mixer set up. I literally flip two switches, save a file folder, and then I'm off and running. I don't edit hardly at all, unless something really fucked up happens during the recording. I just record, I talk, I riff for 2 hours, and so far the feedback I've gotten is that everyone is enjoying those, and people have stuck with Patreon as a result of those, and also there's people that regularly purchase the one-offs on my website. And I've had people go in and buy like a bunch of them too at a time. So that if you like my talking head shit, that's there. It's available via, you don't see me talking, but all of the humor, all the passion, all the triggeredness, all of the bullshit that I do, still there for your consumption. It's just in a different medium. One that actually values what I do. I don't feel like YouTube values my work. I don't feel that way, and I'm not the only creator that does that, to where you you can murder yourself doing this. I mean, you really can, because you spend so much time marketing, and then you got to go and try and get sponsorships and I got the Amazon thing. I've got AdSense on my website. I've got a whole lot of means to try and derive a living from YouTube, and I don't think I'm ever going to make a livable wage on YouTube, at least not with the current projections and growth. Now, that being said, if for some reason my channel takes off, despite the fact that I'm no longer trying to pimp it out on all other platforms, and despite the fact I'm not cranking out videos like no fucking tomorrow and putting 70 hours a week in, if it takes off, it'll only benefit from me learning the filmmaking skills I'm working on now and the client work I'm looking to do. If it becomes to a point where it eclipses my videography and photography client work and that aspect of what I do, then we could sit down, make another one of these videos and be like, okay, I'm a YouTuber 100% again. For now, it is a hobby once more. YouTube is now my hobby. And I understand if you unsubscribe, or if you were a sponsor specifically for the videos and you pull out, no hard feelings. Thank you for helping me this far. For those of you who stick around for the podcast, I appreciate that. And like I said, that'll keep going as long as that is. There might come a time when that dries up and ends. I never was giving myself the illusion that even if I was successful as a YouTuber, that it would be permanent. And it isn't permanent at all. But everything begins and ends. Even some of the greatest TV shows of all time that I used to be a fan of, eventually you lose interest in. And maybe that's my time now, as people were interested a while and maybe they're losing interest. I don't know. We'll see. But just be patient. Videos will come out when I have the opportunity to film them. And I'm going to be trying to not just give you the same shit over and over again. There's going to be a variety of shit. I don't know what I'm going to share. It might be nutrition. It might be minimalism. It might be lifestyle. It might be starting to talk about the things I learned with photography and videography. Because I'm doing a lot of research and work in that. And maybe if I get good enough at that, I'll feel the need, much like I did with nutrition, with fasting, with minimalism. If I get good enough at it, and if I accomplish things in that arena, then I'll start sharing some of that. I don't know. That's my channel. My channel's about sharing the journey, wherever that journey takes me. This journey is taking me a little bit away from YouTube at the moment, but I'll still share it. The other place this journey will be taking me is in the description. You will find a donation link, not to me. I'm doing the polar plunge. I will be filming that. I will be sharing my polar plunge experience. I'm going this Sunday, reluctantly, to jump in really cold water to help Special Olympics. And it's a donation type thing where I raise money by going in the cold water. I don't want to go in the cold water, but I'm going to. You can thank Steve for that, Mr. Anderson. But in the description, if you contribute, we're trying to raise money to help Special Olympics athletes. You sponsor them for up to a year. And just $10, $20, whatever you want to contribute to the team. The team is from the bar I work at. We're trying to go and help these young athletes and get them sponsored for the year in a sport. I'm donating to it as I also am jumping in. But if you want to help out, the link is in the description, and I'd like to see that we raise a good amount of money, especially since I'm jumping in some hypothermia shit. Probably gonna burn some extra fucking calories. Something about being cold and the body having to generate body heat. But that's if I don't fucking die. But if I did, it was for a good cause. or something. So look forward to that video yet to come. The polar plunge up here in New York. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'm riding with Steve. He knows where everything is. I just know I'll bring the GoPro and maybe something to warm so I don't die. I don't want to die. Dying of hypothermia kind of sucks and shit. As always, I'm not a fucking expert. One of the reasons my YouTube channel tanked, I think. I'm just an asshole. An asshole who likes to make videos, so don't worry, there'll still be videos. So don't unsubscribe yet if you really like my shit, but you're just mad at me, want to punish me. You know, if you're unsubscribing, you're not punishing me. I wasn't making money to begin with. You know, channel growth died. So you're not really punishing me, you're just not helping me anymore either. I don't know how to make the channel grow, and I'm giving up spending the time trying. But I'm still going to put out videos. I'm still going to occasionally vlog too. I'll still carry the run and gun camera out and film something every now and then when I don't want to go through the extra work to do this. But for now, I'm trying to work on these skills, so I'll be using these skills for the channel for future videos. Not the videos that are currently shot. I've got 2, like I said, that I have to edit still and share with you. And I will. So, but I'm no longer worried about this being a job anymore. Is an income stream, of which I have more than one. This is now bottom of the list. It's still there a little bit. I make a little bit of money. Thanks for the scraps, YouTube, with the ad revenue and shit. The podcast, obviously, is still a viable income stream for me. But videos on YouTube, not an income, really, at this point. And I need to acknowledge it, as much of a failure as I feel like I am because of that. But it is what it is. I'm not going to fight, to keep this channel alive and then watch it die despite the effort. I'm going to turn that effort into something more productive, which is learning skills right now, educating myself and practice to eventually do video client work and do it regularly and to do it well. So, sorry and shit. I'm just an asshole. I always told you. Didn't believe me? Pretty sure made that point. So, hopefully in the next week or 2 I will finish the second St. Lucia video. We'll see how my schedule pans out. And remember, I'm not a fucking expert, just a fucking asshole. And have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. Wonder how much hate I'm going to get on this video. You ever notice that the dislikes jump on some of this shit? I wonder how many subscribers I'm going to lose. I'm going to do, what's the over-under on subscribers you lose when you put out a video saying that you're going to make less videos? I'm thinking I'm going to lose at least 20 on this video. Yeah. I lose 5 or 6 on some of my adventure videos. I think I'm good for 20 on this one. I think I'm going to lose 20. 20 people are going to thumbs down it and then unsubscribe. That's what I think is going to happen. 'Cause I suck.